Hey everybody, I haven't done a crypto video here in a while, so I want to give an update on what's going on with the market. We got a lot of interesting things going on. Bitcoin at bottom at around 75, 74 to 76 back about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago here. So since it's been going up nicely, my timing on buying the Bitcoin ended up being perfect. I picked up around 76 and it's gone as high as 95 and it's 93.6 right now. So it's doing pretty well. Let's talk about what's going on here too. Why I'm very, very bullish, not on just Bitcoin, but the altcoins as well. Remember, Bitcoin leads, altcoins follow suit. Bitcoin sees the largest ETF inflows since January and has become the fifth largest asset in the world. It actually surpassed Google for a little while yesterday, but they just continue. I think it was a couple $1 billion in ETF. Here we go, 1.08 billion and 916 million. So a couple of billions of dollars worth of inflows the last couple of days. And that's Wall Street. That's money, right? That's a lot of Wall Street money. That is not retail, regular old retail money going on. So a lot of money flowing in. And that is going to mean more money going into Bitcoin. And then from Bitcoin going on to altcoins. And let's look at some other things that are the catalyst too for this as well. So if you look at the M2 global liquidity chart, so we had peaked out here around December 8th, right? When the stock market hit its highs, and then ever since it's dropped. And now if you look at it since around March 21st, it has steadily gone up and increased to a new peak. It looks like we're going to make new highs here for the year. And the more liquidity going in here, Bitcoin's chart goes right in correlation with this. Same with most of the altcoins as well, even though they aren't going up as fast. But this is great news. Money is getting pumped in here. Where it's not going right now is the stock market because of all the uncertainty with the tariffs and that whole mess, which is really just a lot of nonsense. It's going to not amount to much of anything, but it's an excuse for market volatility. And that's what we're dealing with right now. But we just have a lot of really good news out there. Let me also share this too. So Bitcoin exchange outflows mimic 2023 as whales buy retail panic. So there's not many Bitcoin on the exchanges right now. People are pulling it off the exchanges, which means they don't have an appetite to sell it, which means they're expecting more upside, expecting more growth in Bitcoin, as I am. We're headed somewhere between 130 and 140, probably by the end of the summer, if not sooner. I'm thinking more June timeframe. It could be in July, but by the end of the summer is where it looks to be at the latest right now. Of course, things can change, right? Things can happen. The war can ramp up and create more uncertainty, but war is kind of one of the things that's helping push things up, potential war. Because what happens is money goes into safe havens like gold, silver. You see gold setting all-time records, silver going up nicely as well. Both should have pullbacks here, more so gold pullbacks in the short term, but they'll continue going up because there's just a lot of uncertainty. It's a safe haven asset. Gold is. Real estate's a safe haven asset. That's why real estate has been stable and doing very well. I think it's up 2.1% or 2.2% nationally year over year. So real estate's still doing well, still stable, still unaffordable, unfortunately, for too many people. And I know too many Gen Z people who cannot afford to buy right now. And especially with rates the way they are, if rates drop down in the fives, they may be able to afford it. But we're running into a lot of issues with that. But anyway, good news is for cryptos and Bitcoin is that Bitcoin is collecting a lot of money right now and is really increasing. And it's going to, wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of businesses announce that they're going to be buying more Bitcoin to hold, right? Because cash is devaluing right now. And same with some countries, nation states out there doing the same thing. And this is going to continue to push Bitcoin up. The more Bitcoin gets pushed up and the dominance of Bitcoin has been pushed up, eventually that's going to flow into cryptos. It's going to flow into AI, which everybody knows AI is the big play. Companies like Render, like BitTensor, like Theta. There's a bunch of others that are really great AI plays out there. that you can look at and you'll be able to do pretty well on. And real world assets, the RWAs, those are the two narratives that should take off here over the next couple months. We are at April 24th today. So we have another week of April here roughly, and then we're into May and June. And I think the next 2 months are going to be fireworks for cryptos and volatility. The stock market's not going to do as well. We have seen the stock market cryptos separate for really the first time that I can remember since I've been buying here since 2017, around May of 2017. This is the first time I've seen this. Usually cryptos follow the stock market. Obviously, you're seeing the stock market going down, and cryptos have been steady, and Bitcoin's been rising. It's been a very good thing. It was April 8th when I bought Bitcoin, and since then it's gone from 76 to 95, so 93.5 as you see right now. So it's been solid. Let's see what else we got here. There's crypto. Daybook America's traders are betting big on 110K Bitcoin by June. I definitely think this is a very likely possibility that it hits 110K by June. The all-time high was around 109. So I do expect that 130 to 140 again by as early as June, as late as August, September. And it could reach 150 plus 170, maybe even by the end of the year here. I know a lot of people are calling for 250. I just don't know that it gets that high that quick. I think we have a little time on that one there, but we will see. We're going to have a massive jump in the alts because the alts have been so beaten down for so many years now that we're going to have really nice jumps in the alts. We only had that little boost during the election, just after the election, but otherwise we have not had a whole lot. And then there's another thing I wanted to point out to you guys. Just be aware. 9.3 billion of crypto fraud. Americans lost 9.3 billion in 2024. There were so many crypto fraud things. I get constantly emails, phone text messages, calls. First of all, anything that comes in crypto through the phone, just delete it. Don't open up anything. Email. If you want to find out if your exchange is contacting you, whether it's Coinbase or Binance or Gemini or whatever exchange you use, go log into your account. They have things there. They internally reach out to you and make sure it's something like that. They're not just going to email you unless there's something crazy. I've never gotten an email of any kind of weird thing like that from cryptos other than maybe update your two-factor authentication, things like that. So beware, tons of fraud out there. Unfortunately, lots of fraud, lots going on with that. And the more frothy the market gets, the more it's going to be, the more issues we're going to have with fraud. So be aware of that and just know that that's happening. And, keep investing. We're heading to a nice time where the market's going to be increasing here for a little while. It'll have ups and downs. There's going to be pullbacks. Trust me, there's going to be pullback. That's going to go straight up, but you're going to have nice runs over the next 2, maybe 3, 4 months. We could be going for a little while here before we have another big downturn and then a final push in the fourth quarter of 2025. It's kind of the way I'm seeing it right now. We'll see how it plays out. But good luck investing. I'll catch you in the next one.